back in those days, I wasn't open or available or thinking that I was the problem. I was so focused on everything outside me was the problem. Like that my life was happening to me, that the people were around me at the time didn't want me, didn't love me, and everything was just focused around me. But unknowingly, that not not knowing that everything that I was feeling on the inside was just being projected to me from the outside, and I don't speak her language anymore. If I were to hear, oh, well, it's just your thoughts that are making you feel like crap, and so you're just basically making this happen to yourself. If I were to hear that, being in that mindset, I would just think that, that this person's a jerk. For the longest time, I've been making videos hoping that it could just impact one person. And it was always based off of the older version of me, because I feel like at that moment in time, like I could have done so much more. Had I had just expanded my mind a little bit, I just believed in something that wasn't true. I believed that I wasn't good enough. I believed that my voice wasn't heard. That I was misunderstood. That nobody really understood me. That I could never achieve the stuff that I have now achieved. My thought process was to create something, create videos to help that woman that might be having or experiencing too much chatter, the woman that is leaning on friends a little bit too much, or really getting hurt by family or loved ones because they are constantly looking outside of themselves for love, affection, and acknowledgement. And that's the woman that I was trying to speak with. But the thing is that if I were to really truly be honest with myself, back in those days, I wasn't open or available or thinking that I was the problem. I was so focused on everything outside me was the problem. Like that my life was happening to me, that the people were around me at the time didn't want me, didn't love me, and everything was just focused around me. But unknowingly, that not not knowing that everything that I was feeling on the inside was just being projected to me from the outside, and I don't speak her language anymore. And it's not that that old person or that old version of myself isn't wasn't a good person, that she was just unaware. And so how is it that I'm going to be able to speak that woman's language? If I were, again, to be honest with myself, I wasn't ready to challenge my thought process. Or if I were to hear, oh, well, it's just your thoughts that are making you feel like crap, and so you're just basically making this happen to yourself. If I were to hear that, being in that mindset, I would just think that, that this person's a jerk, that the person that's speaking in these videos is just full of malarkey, that the that that just can't be. That's just not true. And so going based off of that, I'm going to be focusing on the woman, the person that is deeply introspective, the person that is starting to understand there's patterns, that there are certain things that they would like to tweak in their lives, but for the most part, they have an understanding of the spiritual side and the physical side, and what's going on in our brain logically, and on the right side, what's going on creatively, because we are creators. We can manifest things at the drop of a dime. How is it that my life can completely change within 1 week? How is it that just by one decision, things just start to line up? So if you have an idea of a little idea of just how powerful you are, but there are still things that you would like to incorporate or maybe shift around in your life, that's who I want to talk to. And I just, for years, I would be chasing after knowledge, watching the documentaries, doing these certain meditations to open up my third eye or just try to rush the process. And I'm just trying to make it more playful at this point. And by trying, I mean incorporating more things that make me feel silly and fun and playful. Why do you think that I have like fun pink hair? It just reminds me of like be true to myself and enjoy things. Like you don't have to emulate the mainstream. And so yeah, that's who I'm hoping to speak with, is just the person that is starting to become aware of how truly powerful they are, and how we can harness more focus into what is it that we are trying to create. It's just basically reminding ourselves is like, what is most important to you? There are so many distractions out there. It could be with your family, it could be with your loved ones, it could be with work, it could be with, whatever priorities that you have going on right now in your life. A lot of them can tend to dwell in our minds, and we have to focus on what is it that is the most important to us, because we can't control anybody. We can't make people understand who we are and where we are coming from. What is really important to you? Is it your peace of mind? Is it your happiness? Is it what is it to you? Is it the mission that you're trying to achieve while you're here on this earth? So those are some amazing things to remind ourselves with, like just how truly powerful we are, and what is the most important thing to us. Because I'm telling you, there's so many distractions out there, and you think that by scrolling a bunch that you're going to be learning, and I myself am included. There's times where I'm just wanting to eat up information. I have curated my Instagram and my Facebook to show me things that are like crafts or nature, gardening, things like that. But like after a while, consuming so much information can be overwhelming. And so it's like, what is it that I'm here to create? What is it that I am stalling on? Am I, worried about what I am bringing to the table? Am I concerned of who I'm going to be comparing myself with if I'm going up against mainstream? Or like, does that really matter? It really doesn't matter. And what it is my message that I'm here to share. So yeah, so that's basically what I want to discuss today, was switching it up. I've been playing, there's so many mosquitoes. I've been playing around with, who is it that I'm talking to? Like who are my videos going to impact the most? And it keeps going back to the spiritual community, and any woman that's ready to really just challenge herself and her thought processes, and just incorporate new systems, or I don't know, just like alternate endings, like just like a Goosebumps book. Like we don't have to, just work to live, to feed ourselves, and then do it all over again the next day. We have so much more to offer, and I'm not asking for you to just leave your life behind, leave everything that you've got now, and just jump and run into the mountains or the woods. There's ways that we can find, there's ways that we can make the current life that we have more magical and more playful. And the more that we do that, it starts to compile on itself. And then all of a sudden, weeks will go by and you realize like this is your regular day life. Certain things shift around. You might move cities, you might move estates. Just reminding yourself to stay focused on what it is that you truly want.